And hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Break In Stream. Me, Danny, and today I got with me Rick.
Hello.
And that's it. Everybody else is either not here or not here, so that's where we're at. But yeah, we're back, more Icarus, doing extended survey in the Arctic. So we are there. That's it. We're gonna do our best not to die. We are landing in the forest, actually, so we could do some setup. All right.
You know, only care about one thing.
But yeah, we were taking a look.
But at least
Well, I guess I'll let Woody Harrelson talk.
they're pouring cash into figuring out Icarus's geology and tectonic processes. Anything that could help them locate exotics deposits. Apparently, they think the stuff speeds up geomorphology. But hey, what do I know? They want data.
Do you know?
Dropped a bunch of geodetic equipment at points marked on your map. Locate them, set them up, and we're good. So, let's go.
All right. Yeah, so we were going to try and do the Skull and Bones game tonight. They had an open beta going on right now, but just kind of looking at it, didn't look like it was our cup of tea. A bit grindy, and a bit solo-y.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, it was definitely odd seeing that it was only parties of 3, because unlike games like The Division, for example, which make a little bit more lore sense why there's only parties of 3, because there's so few Division agents left. In this game, everywhere you turn, there's a ship, whether it's an AI ship or not. And it's so weird that it's like, oh yeah, you can only be in groups of 3. It's like, why? There's ships everywhere.
Yeah.
And yet it still felt very just isolated and not great, unfortunately.
So you played it a little bit.
Yeah, I played for probably 2-ish or so hours, give or take.
Oh, okay, so yeah, you gave it a good try then.
Yeah, I did.
Let's, first, before I go into the Arctic, I want to make sure I have enough like wood floors and crap to build the...
that's what I'm thinking, is we make sure to build that. I'm hoping we're not going to build too high, but I guess we'll see.
This is an extended survey. You think it's going to be in the air?
Oh, that's right. There's another survey type that does that, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's the Spirit Walk.
Yeah. I forgot that there was a second type. Yep.
Yeah, that I'm not as excited for. I think we do have a Spirit Walk, but somehow it's actually completed on my my roster. It's in like that Nightfall area. So I don't know how that happened.
What do we think? Should we just build these things, set them up, and then leave the Arctic, or do we want to build like a warm shelter for us to stay there, just in case?
Oh, that's a good call about leaving the Arctic, because I think if we leave, it'll probably just work the same.
It should still work, right? As long as it doesn't succumb to the elements or animal attack, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, we can give it a go and then see what happens. Alright. And then I need, what, 4 of these?
Does this mission have the request an extra loadout? No, it doesn't.
Yeah. I think when we get to the thing, it'll probably,
If you hit your escape button, do you see a loot retrieval option?
I do.
What's up with that?
I bet it's like if you're dead. You can do loot retrieval, and if you're insured, it'll give it back.
Interesting.
Let's go find something to kill. Alright, start running over to the entrance over there, and then hopefully find some animals. Oh, actually, I need to kill some rocks. Oh, you know what? I better kill enough rocks to get a campfire.
Yeah, rocks are the probably one thing we can't find in there.
Oh yeah, you're right. We can find them, can't we?
Well, no, I don't think so. I don't think we can find them. Unless we go into a cave,
I can't remember.
Maybe,
it's been a long time.
We can find sticks and stuff, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Fiber.
Bring a little stone. All right. So craft. Let's get the knife ready. There we go. Yeah, so I forget. Yeah, we did play Valheim with you, right?
Nope, not with me.
No? Okay, what were your thoughts on Valheim in general?
I never played it personally. It is a game that I honestly have not had a huge interest in. I don't honestly know if it's because during that time period everybody and their mother was putting out a Viking like themed game, and I just
Yeah.
was like, I'm done with Viking fever. I really don't care about it that much. I think another part of it was also like aesthetic. I didn't like how the visuals of the
yeah.
game. It wasn't my. It wasn't that it was bad. It was just that it was not my, I guess, cup of tea. I prefer like these style visuals of games, where it's very hyper realistic and whatnot, just like pretty and immersive, especially in a like a crafting survival game where you're spending hours and hours, sometimes just sitting around or traversing the environment. You want that environment to be something pretty, to be something you
Yeah.
can feel immersed in. And based on the videos and the screenshots that I'd seen of that game, I didn't get that kind of feel to it.
Yeah. They weren't up to this visual quality. It did build an atmosphere in the game very nicely. Good music, that sort of thing. But yeah, like if visuals were your thing, then
I also don't know that, and it's a thing that, ironically, I just actually had a conversation with my friends today about this. When it comes to survival crafting games, given just how flush the market is with these different games these days, I often have to, before I get into one, I have to understand how is this different than every other of the 80 different survival crafting games there are out there.
yeah.
And I didn't, on the surface, see a significant difference in Valheim versus other ones. Like, you take a look at this game, for example, right? And it's not only is it enormous, but there's also this sense of progression that you do every single time, good or bad. There's a sense of progression that you do every single time you play this game, going from the Stone Age to advanced electronics.
Yeah.
And you look at games like Ark, which have a lot of the dino and mount based systems, right? Very
Right.
different, very unique than most other games, most other survival crafting games. Even 7 Days, right, has such a unique kind of looting and kind of game stage system that it stands out amongst others. But when I looked at Valheim, I didn't really see much of anything that was really different or different enough to latch me onto the concept, and so I never really gave it too terribly much thought.
Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think, yeah, that's consistent, I think, with what you said last time. But yeah, it was good. You brought some extra insight there, about it being different, because, like, there's, like, the forest and
Yeah, sure.
Subnautica and all that.
I think the forest is kind of in a...
Two wolves. Alright. All done. Yeah, the forest, though. You were saying?
Yeah, the forest is an interesting use case because I think, to be honest with you, it's one of the only atmospheric horror survival crafting games I've ever played. I can't think of another, the closest other one would be something like 7 Days, but even that one loses the fear factor once you get to maybe once you get to maybe tier 2 armor and stuff. It loses the scary factor, and it just becomes more of a, oh great, we gotta deal with these zombies here, la-di-da. But even if you discount the cannibals in the forest, just the atmosphere of it is just terrifying. It's just so quiet and isolated, and there's just something about it that's very atmospheric horror that I've never really seen in a survival crafting. And then you combine it with all of the other stuff, like the individual tree chopping mechanics, the kind of blood and disease mechanic, the sanity stuff with the different effigies, things of that nature, and you start to build up a relatively unique experience. versus something like, let's say, The Forest 2, which is pretty much the exact same game as The Forest 1, with some enhanced visualization, an occasional mechanic or two difference, like a different item, like a GPS or something. But mechanically, it's the same exact game.
My God. Can we talk about these wolves?
Yeah, it's a lot of wolves, One of those things. We're not even in the cold yet, are we?
No, we're kind of in there.
We're kind of there.
But,
yeah,
so,
I mean, the Forest is great. Love the Forest. I played probably 300 hours of that game over the course of, like, 6 years that it's been out or whatever. I played that many times. I even tried it in VR once, and that was a whole new ball game.
nice. Yeah, that was one of those games that I was wanting to play, but it just kind of, like you said, there was so much on the market and so little time for it.
Yep.
That I never did.
Yeah, definitely would encourage you to play through it. Personally, I think that it's a more true to form experience if you play it by yourself, but it is still a very entertaining game to play with friends as well.
Okay.
It definitely has a very seamless co-op experience. It's very, very natural, very good. But playing it by yourself, alone, on an island, with these horrible cannibals and just horrific monstrosities, with nothing but the wind and the sound of rain and thunder and animals, there's something about it that's so atmospheric and just terrifying, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
That it sets it apart for me. It really does.
That's cool.
I could definitely see there being a debate and an argument for you instead playing The Forest 2 straight up, just because you're getting the enhanced graphics and the a few extra mechanics right off the bat. But you would then be missing out of the minor story connection. But honestly, you can watch like a video or something on that if you really want.
Yeah.
I think that's also something that sets it apart for me personally, is that unlike most survival crafting games, it has an actual story, a beginning and an end, where the game legitimately does have an end, where you don't, the game ends. It's not just like this game where it's open survival or you have set missions start to finish. It literally has a story, a genuine crafted story, which is really cool.
Nice. We may need to prepare for this more.
Oh, do we? I'm almost
I
there.
don't know. Okay, good. Because I just fought 5 wolves at the same time.
Oh my. Okay, if you want to fall back and make some like potions or whatever, you can.
No, I got lucky
Or
because
you just make like a fire and cook all that meat and heal up that way.
yeah, that's kind of what I was starting. So I cooked a little bit of meat, but it's like crazy town over here.
Yeah, there's definitely
With
a
the
lot,
wolves.
that's for sure.
Good. But yeah, it just means I got to move a little slower, and I think we can do it just fine. It's like I'm like
Approaching the crate
plodding
now.
through World War I trenches, you know, like
Oh my goodness.
like just killing wolves, moving an inch, killing wolves.
Oh man,
Leaf.
that reminds me of a really interesting graph that I saw. I'm only going to take 2 of the radars from here because I only have the stuff to make 2 of them.
Sounds good.
But it reminds me of a really cool video graph chart thing I saw on Reddit the other day. That was like I think it was a day by day. Honestly, it could have been a week or a month by month, but I think it was a day. Like a breakdown of day by day the Western Front line during World War I, from like 1917 or 1914 through like 1919. And just showing, especially during some of the like core middle years, how literally that line did not move a single inch for weeks, months, and years.
wow.
And it's just crazy to think about just literally staying in one position for that long. Like, it's just wild. And I'd never seen that graph before like that. Like, I knew the concept of trench warfare and how nobody moved because of no man's land, but
Yeah.
I'd never seen it visually represented with data points, and it was really wild to see.
Yeah.
Alright. So
Yeah.
I'm getting close to the first one.
Alright, sounds good.
I'm just glad that they're just wolves and not monster scorpions, because those things are
Yeah.
lethal. Definitely did not like those.
Yeah, the wolves are lethal in their own respect because there's just endless amounts of
If
them.
they're swarming you, right? Yeah, if you're able to get a stealth like sneak up on them, they're manageable. But yeah, if they start swarming, it gets really irritating.
Yeah.
Son of a
Okay.
gun. Can I climb this? I really don't want to have to go all the way around to get to this thing.
Okay, so the there's still one in the red dot, right?
There should be 2 in the crate. Yeah, in the red dot.
Oh, we gotta set up 4 in this one.
Yeah, we gotta do 4 on this one. Yep.
Okay.
I think I have to go
I've
around.
cleared Wolf Central, so now I'm moving to the crate much faster. There's also snow leopards, so something to be mindful.
Are those the cougar of the snow?
Yes.
Oh.
There is giant scorpions.
Oh, I'm sure they're here. I just haven't seen them.
How lucky, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. See you in the crate.
I did have to unfortunately walk all the way around, and now there are multiple wolves in the way, so I'm just going to take my time and clear them out here. There we go.
Oh,
You alright?
yeah. I just crested a corner and saw a wolf and got a lucky arrow into his head.
Alright, am I in the zone? The auto zone? I am. Alright, so I'm going to build this up against this wall. Give us slight protection. 1, 2, 3.
Overweight. Drop it there. Probably can drop a little leather.
Alright, shelter 1 is built, and beacon is in.
Cool. We'll be starting work on some shortly.
There it is. Alrighty. 1 is up. Moving to
Nice.
the next one on the list for me. Ooh, I may break my fall, might break my leg and die here. I really don't want to do that though. But I kind of screwed myself because I dropped down to a slightly lower ledge, which wasn't the bottom. Okay, well, this is going to be interesting. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
Oh! Okay, there's a slightly lower ledge. I didn't even get a sprain. Thank God.
Nice.
Alright, moving on to the next. Alright. Approaching the zone. Okay. Okay.
So go to here, set up a little shack for it.
Alrighty. There we go. Up and running.
Very good.
Headed back to you.
Right, I'm in one of the zones now.
Oh my goodness, the render distance is so far in this game. I can see you from here. You're just a
Wow.
dot, but I can still see you moving.
That's
the
awesome.
distance. I don't think I have this game on like ultra high settings or anything.
Here.
So you doing anything for the Super Bowl? You watch football at all?
I don't. So yeah, we're not really doing too much, but since Ray will be in town, we're gonna probably see if we can kind of get together for something.
Very nice.
Yeah. Right, got the next one up.
Did you? It's still showing.
Maybe
I think it's on online.
there you go.
there it
I
is.
just need to put a door on it.
Yeah, it's the problem with the Rick Shack, you know. You gotta get that door.
Yeah, that's right. That was fun.
I'm right behind you.
Mhm.
I am so genuinely curious to see if you actually don't put any of these devices down, if you actually can complete this in 999 hours.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just not moving or...
That's my
Yeah.
thought, right? Is that it's just not moving, and I guess you really only have to wait an hour to test that realistically, but still,
Yeah.
I'm always curious.
Eat my arrow. Is that another one?
Yep.
I keep hearing something. Okay, I'm just collecting all my arrows. I gotta gotta skin these guys to get it back. Okay, let's get this guy. Alright, and then this one we missed. Where the hell is this one? Just here.
Oh, let's not do that.
Yeah. Where's this one? It's not too far off.
At the base of the snowbank here, maybe?
Yeah, I think it's like over
Here it is.
right here.
Yep. We're on the edge of it, but...
Okay, inventory, get this thing back in. Door.
The scan's finished,
Alright.
and the data's come through.
Yeah, we can just get the hell out of here now.
Yeah. Oh man, there's a ravine right in front of us, so be careful.
Cougar Town.
So, buddy, speaking of Cougar Town, a buddy of mine was telling me a story. Don't know how accurate it is. Obviously, it's only as accurate as Know Your Meme. But supposedly, there was a guy who paid like a deviant artist or something to make a like 2.5-minute music video of himself and like a fictional character, not quite doing the nasty, but like sorta.
Yeah.
And he paid. I want you to take a guess at how much money he allegedly paid to have this done. Cougar
Whoa.
chasing.
Oof, that worked.
Like I said, it's a 2.5-minute video. It's an animation, right, of a character from, I don't know if you've seen Has Been Hotel or heard of it, but it's a character from that. Basically just doing it. It's a music video of them, like, pseudo doing the nasty. No actual nudity or anything. But how much do you think he paid?
I don't know,
I'll give you
like
3
$50
guesses.
bucks.
50 guesses? Nope, that's too low.
Too low.
Yep.
Oh, 100.
Nope, still too low. One last guess.
250.
$50,000 with 3
Fif-
zeros.
Wow. Amazing. Considering
Allegedly.
you could have asked AI to do it.
Exactly. Again, I don't know personally if I believe it, but if the story is true, that's incredible.
That's crazy. Yeah.
And it's a really sad. It's not great. It's a video. It's not great. It's not even like top quality animation or anything. It's really weird too, because like the whole video, this character is chasing down like his self-insert character. And he's like constantly trying to run away from her, and eventually she like pins him down and straps him to a bed. Like, but it's very like almost non-consensual. It's very borderline, and so I'm like, you paid this much money for that?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
That's crazy.
I don't know if it's true or not, but it's one of the wildest things off the internet I've ever heard. That's for sure.
Yeah. That's Yeah, it's funny because like nobody has any money, but somehow people
Yeah.
pay for things like this.
And allegedly, the story goes that this guy has bankrupted himself trying to do this. And again, I don't know that I really fully believe that part of the story, if
Yeah.
any of it, but it's just wild to me because, you know, people spend that kind of money on stuff, you know? You got the OnlyFans and whatever, people are spending paychecks and whatnot on it.
Yeah, that's true.
It's wild. So who knows? Anything's possible, I suppose. But... All right. Well, what would you like to do? You want to build like a cool like house or something? Like what do you want to do here for 88?
Yeah, something like that. We can.
I mean, I would say we can try to find exotic deposits, but honestly, by the time we A, find one, and B, actually build the machine, it's probably going to be almost over anyway.
Right, that's the thing. So, yeah, I was gonna move down towards the river over here, or the lake over there, unless I could find a river somewhere earlier, and then set up a little shack and start some minor teching.
I'm gonna grab some oxite because I'm gonna refill.
Oh yeah, it's a good time to do that too. What the? I killed I killed one, or I shot a moa in the back of the head, but I missed, and I killed a moa I didn't see farther away. And I was looking at it, I said, oh, I guess I'll just shoot it.
It's like those videos I see online where like this guy's got like a dash cam and he's really tailgating a car in front of him, and the car in front of him like swerves to avoid like a parked car, and the guy, just because he's so close, he just runs right into the parked car. He's like,
Yeah.
"What are you doing? Why'd you let me die?" Just all because you moved.
Yeah, well, that's what happens.
I love looking at videos on that idiots in cars, I think is the name of the subreddit, where it's just those dash cam videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Crazy individuals.
Yeah, that sort of stuff is interesting. Like I don't know if you played a game or heard of a game called Supreme Commander.
I have heard of it. I haven't played it. When did that come out? I think that's a little bit before my PC time, if I recall.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong though.
It came out some time ago. It basically, I think it was like almost 20 years now, like 2000, like probably like 6 or 2000.
Yeah, I think that was just when. Well, depending on that range, I was definitely in my console days because I didn't really start PC gaming like I do now until probably senior year of high school, if not getting out of high school. I was mainly like a Xbox person going through high school. I didn't really get into PC until after I left. Mainly out of necessity.
Let's try this.
Yeah.
Nice. But in that game, what you could do is like basically it was a bit of a simulation type game. Where you know, it would like simulate the shots and like the trajectories of bullets and stuff, like cannon shells and that sort of thing.
Wow.
Yeah, so like if you were like some tanks had lasers, and so if there's a hill in the way, you'd have to actually move the tanks on top of the hill to shoot down, whereas like other tanks would be able to draw a trajectory over it and fire just fine. So it's kind of neat. So it wasn't like super detailed, but it had its moments.
It was more of like a unique experience. Not necessarily incredible, but it was a unique and different kind of thing.
Oh, it was certainly incredible, but yeah, it was also unique in there. But yeah, so the game had a lot of that sort of combat in it, and so one of the things you could do is like in the later game, you'd set up these like mobile artillery. And they would have a range of like 10 screens, right? It's like the Command and Conquer artillery before Command and Conquer artillery, you know? And basically those cannon shells will fly into the air. And it was rare, but very occasionally you could hit like planes with it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and it was quite crazy because like those mobile artillery shot like miniature nuclear weapons, so it would be disastrous to your air force if your air force happened to get caught by a artillery shell, because planes didn't have the hit points to survive that. And so like, yeah, just huge swaths of planes would just go into this, the dirt, and you could just like watch those sorts of things unfold in the game. It was actually kind of crazy.
Awesome. I love it.
But yeah, because there's another unit that would redirect missiles, like ballistic missiles.
Hey, sure.
And so it would return to sender, sort of thing. And so one of the commanders in the game could get a backpack nuclear missile launcher.
Okay.
So you would just equip it, and it'd be like a backpack, and he could fire a nuke off. It's called Big Billy. And you would fire it, and if a loyalist was standing in just the right spot to intercept the missile, it could return to sender. But the best part is it would, like, if you moved the commander, it would miss and keep going. And so the nuke could actually traverse the map and then like hit your own base.
That's wild. I love the idea of returning to sender a nuke. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Loyalists were actually quite unique in that ability to do that.
No kidding.
But yeah, it was definitely pretty good. Alright.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So the game was really good. Like if you had good players fighting each other, you could have some really like entertaining matches. And how things like unfold in there.
One of the many things that I wish that I had been alive for and been able to experience are like the days of gaming for gaming moments, and not necessarily for like gaming wins or anything like that, right?
Yeah, content.
Because it's like exactly, it's like today it's all about, oh, I got a battle royale or chicken dinner or whatever, right? Like I got a victory, or it's all about, the hyperactive go of Fortnite or Call of Duty. Versus I see things from like, the DOS-Box era or the Sega Genesis, or even just like you said, Supreme Commander, Command and Conquer, stuff like that, where it wasn't about necessarily that you won, it was about the gaming moments you had along the way, being in those all-night LAN parties and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I caught the very tail end in some of that and missed all of it in other parts.
Yeah, that's where it was. It's basically once the internet kind of came up and gave rise to like meta culture.
Yeah.
That's when I think, gaming for the sake of fun became less a priority.
Yep.
Because it's like, well, now I just need to compete, right? I need to be the best I can be.
Yep.
Yeah, because otherwise I'm not playing the game good enough, right?
Right. Exactly.
Because when I was doing my masters, there's a fellow I was doing the masters with, and he was telling me about, like, we were playing Diablo 3 at that time, and he was like, yeah, did you know I just spent my whole day thinking about ways to optimize my gameplay playing Diablo? I'm like, yeah, that sounds right. Everybody does that. And he's like, so I'm spending all of my time trying to figure out how to play a game I like to play less.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
And nowadays that's what it's all about, right? It's all about that min-maxing of stats and making sure you're as fast or as heavy hitting or whatever.
Yeah. Well, that's why I don't believe you're Rob's brother sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you played a lot of games with Rob, but
no, I haven't. I certainly haven't.
Yeah, it's all about min-maxing. So, like, when you say play for fun, he was doing that back in the DOS-Box era, in the DOS era.
Sure.
Like, your brother will play, like, Tactics Ogre. It's an old PlayStation, like, Final Fantasy Tactics type game.
Sure.
And he would play Tactics Ogre, and he would play it to death and constantly, like, sacrifice characters' souls into, like, to forge weapons and then raise their bodies as skeletons so that he can remake them anew and then put them back in the weapon. And then And so eventually, like, he would level up these characters to, like, be ungodly powerful just to turn them into weapons so that he can level up another character to be ungodly powerful and then give them weapons that were made by ungodly powerful characters.
That sounds like my brother.
Yeah, he is, that's what he contributes to our our group.
And I now understand, and it makes total sense because now that you mention that, you know, it makes total sense why he loved Power World so much, and why he didn't want to
Right.
play it, because that's literally all that game pretty much is just like
Yeah.
sacrificing and combining your pals,
Yeah, it's
breeding
exactly.
breeding the traits into the most
I think
powerful.
I think they
What is
actually call it condensing the pals, right?
Oh, do they? I thought it was like I don't know actually. My buddy who was streaming it for me at one point, I think he only showed me that like once. So I don't remember what they call it.
Yeah, it's like you take the pals and you condense them. You go to like the pal condenser, and then you
Yeah.
condense them into the other pals to make them stronger.
Every time I see something on that game, I'm like, oh, that's really cute, and then I see like this horrible thing that's just casually thrown in. I'm like, this is what game is this? What's
Yeah,
happening right now?
the pal labor,
Yeah,
the labor camps and the factory
yeah,
lines.
exactly.
Yeah, that's the fun part of the game is that it has like I'm trying to think of a game like it, but basically it's a game that has it's like Terraria, right? Where it's like, okay, well, what's the theme of this game? You know, is it fantasy? Is it outer
Right.
space? Is it
Right.
And then Terraria just says yes,
Yeah.
right? And that's what Pal
Yeah,
World is.
magic-
It's like
yeah. I love it.
it's like, is this Pokemon? Is this like
I still think that the
Survival.
butchering mechanic is still one of the most jarring
God.
things I've seen in gaming culture in a number of years.
yeah.
I did not see that coming at all. I guess mainly
It-
because the first time I saw it, it was still fairly early on in like watching people play it, and so when I saw it, I was like, "What do you mean you're gonna butcher this thing? Are you gonna actually kill it?" And my friend was like, "I don't know. Let's find out." And sure enough,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was that's fun. But yeah, so like that yeah, it's an interesting game. Found a cave. All right. Yeah, one game I wish the gaming group would get into was, you know, like games like Siege, you know, Rainbow Six
Yeah,
Siege and that sort of
y-
stuff.
you know, right off the bat, right? I think I've talked about it before. I'm not generally a PvP kind of person, especially if it's like PvP amongst us. But I certainly have played other games where at least like we work as a squad and whatnot, and I
Yeah.
certainly don't mind them. I think it's more of a question of like what we were talking about before, right? Are we playing it to win? Are we playing it to have a good time? Like, what is the purpose of what we're trying to do? Because if it's like, if we're trying to win and get like ranked up and all this stuff and actually have like successful missions, then it becomes a question of like dedication. Are people going to actually be on to be available to not walk away, right, in the middle of a match or
Right.
something, right? If we're there to just have fun, right, which is also perfectly fine, it then becomes a question of, well, what are we playing that's like PvP team-based style, like Overwatch or Siege or whatever, that
Right.
we aren't trying to win, and why is that, you know?
Yeah.
Because I'm with
Then-
you. My first like real gaming experience, if you can actually believe it, was Call of Duty Black Ops with me and 5 other guys doing. Do you remember like NLG, the like actual professional like gaming organization back in the day?
Yeah.
I'm sure maybe they still are a thing. I don't know. We actually
I
did
don't know
like
about that.
we actually did like MLG like sponsored matches
Wow.
where we would sign up for a tournament or even just like a, hey, we want to do a rank increase for our team, and we would be matched up with their service, and we'd meet up on a special, like a specific day and time and all that stuff. That was honestly the first like real gaming experience I ever had, was playing that on, God, what was that, 360 maybe? Like one of the Xboxes, right? One of the earlier Xboxes, and doing that with
Yeah.
5 other guys. So I certainly I own many of those kinds of games, and I've played many of those kinds of games, and I don't mind them so long as everybody's aligned on the purpose of what we're there to do. When we're doing MLG, right? Obviously, it was about winning. It was about getting prize money. It was about getting ranked up in a tournament, right? And so it required a dedication of like doing practice matches and doing team planning sessions on off days and stuff like that. Right? Very hardcore stuff. Like really nerdy, but still very hardcore stuff to do. I feel like I'm at the house, but I'm not at the house. Where am I?
You're at the marker
okay, there's
for
the
the house.
I was like, I know I'm close to it.
Yeah, I didn't settle exactly on it.
It's all good.
But yeah, like, cause like the Call of Duties, like Microsoft just like, they just axed like the whole esports scene basically.
Yeah.
And I guess they weren't supposed to.
Yeah.
So people are kind of mad about that because like there's like an appeal or something going on from the FDA to say like you can't actually do what you did. And then they're like, yeah, we just fired everybody, so and then the FDA is like, well, you're supposed to maintain separate autonomy. That was why the judge let you move forward while we appeal this. And then they're like, well, oh well.
We did. Yep.
And so so that's funny. But yeah, esports, I've been kind of learning more about it. It was something like when I was a kid, it was just a dream. That was like, because that was like StarCraft, right? Like playing StarCraft competitively, it just, with the internet and stuff that I had, just didn't seem like it was ever going to happen.
Right.
But little did I know, if I actually tried, I probably could have been something. But at this point, we didn't know that you could actually get paid for it.
Yeah, getting paid to play video games, ludicrous, right?
Right. And it's like one of those things, like, of course you're not going to get paid if you're a professional player because, like, the price pools for those things are so bad.
Yeah.
But,
it's all the sponsorship.
It's about, the sponsorships and the streaming and the fans, donations, and that sort of stuff. Yeah. But yeah, so, like, just getting into StarCraft and playing those games, like, always, it's sort of like, how in your neck of the woods, you're the best player. You know what I mean? So, like, just growing up, everyone around me kind of sucked at video games. And so, I had a chance. Like, Tony could compete, of course, because that's all he did, which is why that's all I did. But yeah, because, like, it was me and one of my friends at school. Like, we were usually the best two at everything. Like, we played, and we would, like, do these, we had the computer lab, and they would install Unreal Tournament on all of them.
Oh, yeah,
and like 16, 30 people, something like that, whatever the max player count was.
We did that with Quake, like 3 or something in high school. Yeah.
Yeah, so we did that, and, like, we would, it was basically whoever got me on the team, they won. Right. And then then my friend John was the other good one, so it was like usually they had to put me and John opposite of each other. Because otherwise it was just way too one-sided. And so, but then John, he wasn't as good as me at that time. But you know how, like, do you know the meme, the Draugr were training?
No.
Okay. It relates to the leveling system in Skyrim.
Uh-huh.
Where, like, you level up by doing in Skyrim.
Yeah.
But let's say you're leveling up Jewelcraft.
Right.
You're not exactly getting better.
Right.
But you're leveling up. Well,
that reminds me of, like, Oblivion, right? Because
that's the same thing.
That's one of the biggest differences between Skyrim and Oblivion is in Oblivion, the enemy's level scales based on your total level and not like your combat level, for example. And so
and that's the same thing in Skyrim too.
No, it's different. In Skyrim, it doesn't level that same way. I could
Well,
go, because of how the perk system works, you can level up just smithing or something, right? But
yeah.
you're still going to fight relatively low level enemies versus in Oblivion, where if I just train lockpicking or speechcraft or mercantile, right, I will still level up and I will still fight, and I will end up fighting like level 14 Draugrs despite
Yeah.
having level 10 weapons or something.
Yeah, that's the same in
It's
Skyrim.
hard. I don't think it is.
Because, yeah, it is. That's the meme. Is basically, while you were smithing, the Draugr were training. While you were crafting jewels, the Draugr were training. While you were enchanting, the Draugr were training. It's like the Draugr has like his like, he's bench pressing. He's like doing like sit-ups. and then you go to the dungeon, you're like, I'm ready to adventure. And then it's like Draugr, Death Overlord. You know, it's like he shows up at the door to greet you. And then you just get beat into another realm. To the Shadow Realm. But that's the Draugr we're training. That's the meme of it. It's the same thing with like Oblivion. But Oblivion, so I watched a brief retrospective. I don't know if you're familiar with that phenomenon either.
Sure.
Yeah, so about 8 hours later, I found out some of the things, and I forgot all about this, that you can actually, like in Oblivion, you can screw up your character really bad if you level incorrectly.
Right.
And that's what you were talking about with,
Right,
like,
that's what I was talking about, yeah.
Yeah, about, like, but, I mean, also, like, before this particular part of the conversation, it's also what you were talking about, right? Where it was, like, playing Oblivion for the first time, I think, was the purest way to play it. Because you didn't concern yourself too much with, like, okay, min-maxing.
Right.
And now the game's not fun because I suck, you know?
Right.
Because that was my first playthrough, and I played somebody that, like, did some potion crafting and stuff, and I played Atronach, Sign of the Atronach, which is really good.
Yeah.
But, not at the beginning.
No.
And so I had some fun fighting like clan fears and stuff in Kvatch when I had like a sword skill like 10.
Yep.
It was bad.
It's not great.
Yeah. But apiaries, that's what we should look at, is trying to do some bees.
Oh god. Scary stuff.
But yeah, that was like the best thing, right? It's going through, and like that was my favorite character I played because I was so bad. And then after that point, I started doing the sit-ups and stuff. I was like, okay, I'm never gonna be in that position ever again. And so, it was like, okay, every level up, 5 endurance, 5 strength, 5 willpower. So
Yep.
gold can go into here. Got some forges going. Do I have enough inventory? I do. You know what? Let's make some more house first, and then I'll get some stone.
We do already have like 100 and 200 wood in here and a lot of fiber in the crafting.
Yeah,
room,
we're still gonna need it.
Well, if you want to use it for now, just to craft the new parts of the house, I think it'll be fine.
That's alright. It doesn't take me long to hoover up a few trees.
To hoover.
Yeah. Oh, I better get a scythe. Where are the bones? There's the bones. Scythe, I need leather. Where's the leather? Got the leather. But yeah, that's where though my disdain for like learn by doing comes from, is like the Oblivion games and stuff.
What do you mean by learn by doing?
So like, you know, using a skill, you gain experience in that skill, and then it levels up.
Okay. Versus
like a traditional like assigned skill point system, or you know, some other learning.
okay.
The reason is because, like, I don't know if you've ever played Oblivion, but
Oh, my
you know.
friend. I'm literally playing it right now as we speak. I'm doing a playthrough of one I've never done before, which is mage, like mages in general. I've never really done a magic build in that
oh
game
yeah,
in
that's
all of my
fun.
many years. So I'm having
Yeah,
a blast
magic in
playing it right
Oblivion
now.
is good.
Yep, I'm enjoying it very much a lot. So yes, I have played it many, many times. I probably own, over my lifetime, 6 different copies of that game, if I had to guess.
Oh, nice. So yeah, so then you can commiserate with me then in this, because I don't know if you ever went and like tried to level up your lockpicking skill.
Oh yeah.
But let's well, I guess there's ways to kind of cheese it. But let's say you wanted to level up athletics.
Sure.
Ugh.
You just run into a wall. Just auto run.
Yeah, and then you like leave your computer on overnight.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. I don't know.
So...
for me, it's never in at least Oblivion. It's never really been an issue for me, just because I gain that stuff just naturally when I play the game.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever done a mid-max kind of run with that. Like I may be like, oh hey, I need to swing a little bit more with my sword or shoot a little bit more with my bow to level that particular skill up the next time I level up. But I don't think I've ever like just hardcore been like, I have to level this up to 50 so I get this bonus and can go forward. I don't think I've ever really had that mentality with that game at least.
So you've never experienced power.
No, I can't say that I have. No, I think honestly, I've beaten like that game, quote unquote, maybe twice in all the years I've owned it. I don't think I've ever actually fully played through it for very often, I would say.
Okay.
More often than not, I just played until I'm like, hey, I'm ready to go play something else. It's not necessarily like a boredom thing. It's more of just like I'm ready to move on to the next thing. Because there's always something to do, right? But
yeah.
But no, I can get that. I understand what you mean though about like the frustration you're talking about with like the learn by doing. I can understand that perspective. Me personally, I like that idea just because it forces you to actually train and use the skill that you're wanting to level up, and so it makes it feel a bit more genuine, like you've actually doing something to level it up rather than just being like, oh, I went and chopped down a whole bunch of trees and now I put the skill points in hunting.
Yeah.
And it's like, did you really do anything for that?
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
But I definitely get what you mean though about the doing part. It can definitely be like a grind and stuff like that, and you can get a disdain for the skill as a result. I can definitely see that.
Yeah, and it just like certain skills, then I just don't use.
Sure.
Like because I'll never level it up naturally, right?
Yeah. That's fair. Yeah.
Because like my illusion magic, right? Like when you're talking about your magic playthrough, it's like you have to go out of your way to train magic in that game.
In some cases, yeah, like alteration and illusion, even mysticism at times, depending on what kind of run you're doing. Yeah, I get it. I can understand that. Yeah. I remember watching the Spiffing Brit. I don't know if you've ever watched any of his videos before, but he did a video on how to be a damage dealer during yes, Rianu Keeves, but yes,
Rianu Keeves.
Being a damage dealer by purely mainlining the restoration skill in Skyrim. Because I didn't know this. Apparently, one of the spells in restoration is like a toxic ward that you put on the ground, kind of like the fire, ice, or thunder one. But there's a toxic one that is exclusive to just the restoration skill. So you can actually be a damage dealer using only restoration spells.
Oh, nice.
Which is hilarious. And I think there's also like a perk for absorbing like 50% damage on your armor if you're like level 90 restoration or something. So that also helps keep you alive in a combat. But it was just fun. It was just very funny. I loved it.
Yeah, no, he's good. I ended up stopping watching him because he got like big, and then like the way he delivered his content changed after the Rihanna O'Keefe stuff.
Oh yeah.
So it was still enjoyable, but it's just like, I moved on.
I guess.
And it was the same thing with like Ambiguous Amphibian.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like him too, but he got big during the pandemic. But his thing was he would deliver like philosophy as
really?
part of his as part of his delivery, of his playthroughs and stuff. So he'd play like Project Zomboid,
Oh yeah.
and then he would just like play the game and be like. And then it's like, after looting the house, I pondered, what is it that makes a man? Is it the copious amounts of burpees that he does? Because so he was showing people the exploit for the worms in Project Zomboid, and so that was his infamous Worm Man playthrough. It was like, I can only subsist on worms. Since he has become something else, he is now Worm Man. But yeah, it's fun because like he took every like negative trait and tried to survive with it. And,
Oh wow.
yeah.
Yeah, that game is something else. That's for sure. I own it. I've played it a couple different times. It's definitely brutal. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's definitely it gets its roots from a game called like Dark Cataclysm, something like that. It's a zombie apocalypse game that was sort of like a text adventure.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it was like a dwarf fortress, like ASCII type graphics and stuff.
I got you.
What is it? Dark Cataclysm, Dark Days Ahead, or something like that. But it was some sort of like, it was like all the apocalypses happened. And that was kind of the premise of it. And yeah, so then Project Zomboid kind of carried it through, because like in that game it was like, you get hungry, you eat, and then you have your diet. It's like, oh, you didn't eat enough vegetables, and now you have vitamin deficiencies. That sort of stuff. So good stuff like that. But that's where it drew its inspiration from.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah. And so that's why you can have a minor abrasion to your left wrist,
I got you.
And like if you bandage with a dirty rag, you're gonna get infected. Yeah, good stuff. Can't actually use this window.
Be too easy.
Yeah. Now what? What does? Just stuff. Bunch of stuff. What a strange house.
Yeah.
All right.
I wish it would just let us like pick up and move like these crafting stations without having to empty the inventory or leaving out around.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Like obviously keep keep the ability to pick it up and put it in your inventory, but like also have the option to just like push and move it around, you know, like
Yeah.
normal furniture.
Yeah. I made an oxide dissolver, so I don't know if you want to use that.
Yep, I already used it. Appreciate it.
Oh, perfect.
All good.
This gets crafted now.
Well, I'm glad our survey stations are not falling to weather or animals, so that's good.
Yeah, it feels like they don't get activated unless we're there.
Yep, it's the hope at least.
Gonna take some time as well. Get some more wood. But yeah, Rob would also, he showed me a game he played called Lord of Magic.
Okay.
It's an old game. And, you know, I was like, okay, well, show me what this game's about. And he, of course, he chose the air faction, which is like elves and fairies and stuff. Like, of course. And then he gets into a battle with his army against a much superior force. I'm like, okay, well, where's this gonna go? And then he he takes his little pixie guy, which is apparently a flying archer, and then he positions it over an inaccessible terrain piece, and all the enemy just stand there and just let him shoot him to death. And he's like, man, this is the best game ever. So, there you go. He was doing it even when he was a kid.
I love it.
Yeah, it was glorious. Let's grab a few. Let's see, is there another? Let's go here. Let's try this. It's gonna take a while. Back over here. And well,
Peekaboo.
spoiled plants. Stick that out. Here. Okay, so now I can make one of these. Or can I? Rope. It's time to go get some rope.
Looks like there's 19 in there right now.
Oh, okay. I guess I don't need to go get some rope. Yeah, I do wish armor were useful in this game. Maybe, maybe in like Prometheus it would be, right? But here
Maybe.
it's not, or whatever the next one is. I think it was Prometheus, right?
What are you talking about? Are you talking about the Alien series Prometheus?
I thought there was a planet called Prometheus.
I think
in
the
this
next
one.
one's called this is Olympus, and the next one's like
Oh.
Styx or something.
Okay, and then there was a. I thought
Yeah,
the
what's
third
the-
one.
Yeah, what is the third DLC one? What's that called here? Let me look at the tier list. I know there's items in there. It doesn't say it on there. These are all miasmic. Yeah, I don't remember what the third one is. Maybe it's Prometheus. I don't think it was though.
Yeah, I thought it was, but maybe I'm wrong.
Because I thought you were talking about, oh yeah, you know, the suits that they wear in Prometheus that protect them from the acid. I'm like, I got you.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That would also be nice. All right, now what am I doing? I did all that to make an interior wooden cupboard for some reason. Oh, because I wanted to empty my inventory so I can go mine rocks. Because, you know, if I get that 2%,
Yeah, you're gonna get a lot.
yeah, it fills your inventory and wastes the rest, so...
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I wanted to empty my inventory to make as many
Did not know
slots as
that.
possible.
It doesn't even just like drop it on the ground. It literally just destroys it.
Yeah, it just blows it up and fills your inventories fast. Yeah. But yeah, the problem I think also is that like because of the DLC worlds, I think Olympus isn't going to get any love anymore, at least not for a while. Which is probably why we're seeing some of these bugs like on these missions not being fixed.
Yeah. High probability. Unfortunately.
Hey, I did it. Let's put some stone in here. Oh. Like this for me. And that covered. And max craft, and then over here. Max craft, and then down here. Stones. Wood and iron nails. Nails. Leather. Forgot you need leather.
Well, you got a rabbit on your, you know, side there for you.
It's all the fashion, you know.
Uh-huh.
It's all the rage these days. Alright. Need stones and fibers. You know what? There's iron. It's not reserved for anything. I'll just make an iron sickle. Drop in this bone one. Go. Yeah, this sickle really speeds up fiber collect. Yeah, I guess it's not as loony as Arc though, which I actually think like Rob would probably love Arc.
Has he never played it?
No,
Oh wow.
I've always kind of poo-pooed it because like it's grindy.
Oh, I've definitely poo-pooed it. I hate Ark so much, even though I have probably 1,000 hours in it. I hate that game so much. I'm so tired of it. And then on top of that, you throw in all the shady stuff that that company has done with both that game and its other games, and it's like, I'm good.
Yeah. Let's get one of those going. Oh, you know what? You have a machining bench.
Mm-hmm. Sure do.
Oh wait, where's that? Can make a smoker. Humidifier, biofuel radar. Binox. But yeah, like when you get the dinosaurs leveled up and they, you know, they hit the rock just right and you get like 1,000,000 iron, stone, or whatever the hell you want. You're like, whoa. That feels good. Beehive extractor. What?
Oh no.
Alright, anyway. Went on a spending spree. I spent like 40 tech points.
Oh my. So, when you reach level 60, do you not get any more talent points? You only get tech points?
Yep, just tech points.
Gotcha.
What do started. Do some work there. Two, 3, 4, 6, 9. Here. Over. S- station. There. Mhm. This wolf's like dodging. There we go. Oh, you did an animal attractor.
It's a radar.
It seems like it attracts animals.
It does. Yeah, it does. It says it's only supposed to be. Oh God.
Whoa.
It says it's only supposed to be 10%. I'm beginning to suspect it may not be that small.
Well, good news is
It's done.
we have a skinning bench. Okay. Yeah, the one thing that I still haven't grasped in this game is that now that we have steel, we basically can skip straight to steel. Like, we don't need iron tools.
Tool-wise, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
you still
since
need
we
iron.
also, yeah, right. But you don't need the iron tools.
Right.
But yeah, I completely agree because realistically, right, because you can make steel in the regular furnace, you don't even need the concrete forge.
Right.
And because, if I'm correct, yeah, and because they're made at the anvil, all you need is just, you don't need the machining bench or any of the tier 3 tech at all. You just need tier 2 to get steel stuff. So it's like, why would you make iron tools?
Right.
I agree. I agree completely.
Yeah. I just haven't internalized it either. You
That's
know.
always the hard part, right?
Yeah. Scrap that. Alright, so now you need to craft some more stuff. Yes. Put it over there. Good. First, let's do this. Requires shelter.
The door's open.
I guess. It's like so far away from the door, though. It's kind of nuts. So it kind of makes you want to craft like a foyer.
Right.
Alright, so now we got all that going. We got these here. So that's 6. And oh.
Very nice.
Okay, I need supports. So that's where my problem
Yeah,
was.
that's that'll happen.
Yeah, it makes sense. Alright, Yeah, well, this will be good. I could just destroy that. Destroy that. And I need to go build stone supports, I guess. Yeah, one of the most frustrating things about Valheim is that only roofs can provide shelter
Classic.
in that game. So like if you put a floor above you, it doesn't actually give you anything. So kind of like it's good and it's bad because it makes you think about how you're going to put your shelter together.
Right.
So it's kind of cool, but at the same rate, yeah. Yes. Yes. There's 90 gold in here. I guess I'll start smelting that in the fancy furnace.
Yeah, I found a ridiculous amount of gold.
Oh my god.
In the
I
one
just saw.
cave. In the one, of course, the one time we don't like needed a huge abundance of it. I find so
Yeah.
much of it.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, it's
Yet. Oh, I got that. Okay, so now oh. There's... Next ones. Floors. Just short on nails. Okay. Here. All right. Beehive, 10 honeycombs. I got 4. Beehive breeding center. Realize it was so sophisticated. All right. Okay. Anyway, let's grab some iron. But we still have a few. And rope and nails, iron or copper nails. Copper. Rope. All right. Right now, find wood fishing rod. This here because that's the sashimi station.
Sashimi, huh?
Hmm.
Is that fish, right?
Yeah. It's a way of preparing a raw fish.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And I want a Okay, so I don't need iron anymore from here. I just need nails. Oh gosh, I need stuff. Iron. I do need iron. Put that back. Iron ore. Righty. Oh, I got a Sunset Jack.
Oh, what?
A Sunset Jack.
What is
It's
that?
a 3 kilogram fish.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's almost 300 centimeters, or 300 millimeters in length.
My goodness.
3 centimeters? No, no way. It's 6 pounds. It must be 300 centimeters, but that's 3 meters, right? Something's
Yeah.
something's not right. Alright, let's see what this guy. Spotted snapper. What? Oh, already caught one, I guess. I wonder if I can craft a chair to sit in while doing this.
Oh yeah. I think you can. You have to do it at one of the special workbenches, but
Yeah.
you can craft furniture for sure.
Ooh, I got a better Sunset Jack. 35% quality. There we go. Yeah, only Sunset Jacks over here. That's not that big. Where are my big fish? Come on. Yeah, I look at games like this and I wonder like how detailed they're eventually gonna get, and whether or not we want that. Because Final Fantasy 14, I don't know if you remember or know anything about that.
It's the MMO, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I played it once briefly.
yeah. At launch, the crafting system was actually insane.
Not anymore.
It was, yeah, not anymore. They simplified the hell out of it, but because it used to be, they had like a whole crafting like sub game in there where it was like, okay, well, you had goldsmiths, blacksmiths, you know, tanners, leather workers, miners. You know, you had like all this stuff to support the crafting system and the crafting system itself. And the way they built it was that no class could be self-sufficient. It was to encourage commerce. And so, yeah, so as you go through, you're like, okay, I want to make a, you know, I want to make a an armor, right? I want to make myself a nice chest piece. And I was like, okay, well, I need a tabard. That comes from the cloth guy. I need a belt buckle. An actual belt buckle. That comes from the... Ooh. No. Don't lose them. All right. And so you'd like go craft the belt buckle, and then you would need to get rivets. Rivets were from the blacksmith.
Right.
It was actually crazy, because then you're the armor smith. The armor smith puts together the armor, but it needs like a belt buckle, rivets, things like that. It's like it was so crazy, and that was just the chest piece. And so then you need to go do the boots, and then you need to get like the cured leather, and it was such a chore. Like you had to form a guild, and then one guy would sit there and like make, you know, belt buckles for like an hour, so that everybody would have enough belt buckles.
Jesus.
Yeah, and so because I'm looking at my refined wood fishing rod, and it's got like these little metal loops, right, to hold the string, the fishing line. I'm like, I didn't have to craft that.
Yeah, it's always a fine line. How detailed do you want your crafting to be?
Yeah, I think I might have fished out the forest.
The lake?
Yeah, like there's still fish being caught, but it's all the same types now.
Right.
Oh, are they rotting? Oh yeah, I better go back to the fishing bench soon. There we go. Right. Alright, let's get back in here. Alright, we got 11 minutes until this one's done.
So I did find an exotics deposit, but it's definitely not going to be done fully in 11 minutes. Do you want to wait for it to be fully done, or do you just want me to export whatever we have by the time the mission timers?
Oh, we can just kind of slow roll it. That's fine by me.
Okay.
Alright, so we got all that. I'll put this one up there and then sashimi the rest of these guys. Because now I have freshwater fillets. And if I had some wheat, I can make some bread dough and I can breadcrumb them.
We'll go find some wheat. I'm sure there's something around there in that biome.
Yeah, sure. First, more importantly, I need to make a... Wow, that's expensive. A fish trophy mount. Oh no, it actually needs iron, doesn't it? Not nails. Or copper. Actual copper ingots. Holy crap. Can you imagine in 2024 needing copper ingots for a fish, for a Billy the Bass singing trophy. perfect. There you go. Is it gonna rot in there? Hopefully not. Will not spoil. Perfect.
Just what you want to hear.
Yeah. So I mounted it over the fireplace. Cool. All right, so now I got these fish fillets. Is there anything I can do with them? I don't have a kitchen bench, but I can make one. Okay, bench, epoxy and iron ingots. Need. Okay. I got used. We were playing Borderlands, the Tiny Tinas, on Sunday,
Yeah.
and I got used. They have mantling in the game, so I got used to
do
that.
they?
So yeah, so I just tried to mantle.
Yeah, it's always rough when you switch between games that are like similar but not exactly the same, you know?
Yeah. Good, plenty.
Oh no. It's turning into Frostpunk inside the Winterland here. The storm is coming. The city must survive. Love that game.
Yeah.
Did you ever play that?
Oh, I never played it, but I definitely extensively watched it.
Well, if you enjoy playing such a thing or want to watch something similar, you should definitely watch or check out a game called Ixion.
Ixion. Okay.
Ixion. I bought it, or actually no, it was a gift. It was one of my favorite Christmas gifts that I've had in a while. That somebody got me a couple of years ago, and it's fantastic. I don't even know how to properly describe it. It's very similar to Frostpunk in that it's like a city management, like a resource people management, but it's a space game. You're on a space station called the Ixion.
Oh, okay.
And you're actually it's not true, that's not the name of the ship, but you're traversing through different solar systems trying to find a thing that again, I don't want to spoil the story because the story is really interesting actually, but you're basically you're trying to survive and get through different space areas, and so you're sending out like probes and transport ships and mining ships to mine asteroids to get certain materials, and then bringing them back and refining them into stuff you need to build stuff on the space station or crops that you're harvesting, stuff like that. So it's very in-depth, it's very good. I enjoy the hell out of it, and the story is amazing, but the music is phenomenal. Oh my god, the music's so perfect for that game. I love it.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely put that on my queue.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like I said, play it if that's something that interests you. If not, definitely watch it.
Yeah.
It's very good. It's enjoyable.
Okay.
It does,
Yeah,
it,
for
and
sure.
it does have a little bit of that same kind of morale system, but certainly not to the extent that they have in Frostpunk. I think that definitely sets it apart from Ixion.
Yeah.
Just having that morale, like good and bad system, but there are like moralistic choices that you can make in Ixion as well. But I probably played, God, probably 200 or so hours if I had to guess in that game, because even just one run through of that game, especially like your first one,
Yeah.
when you haven't like figured out how to min-max everything and how to like streamline it and all that stuff, it's long, it's tough. You
Yeah.
can definitely keep going.
Well, that's good.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll definitely check that out.
Yep. Highly recommend it.
Yeah, because like when it got real cold for a little bit here, I was just like craving the Frostpunk.
Oh yeah. Well, it is definitely frostpunking it up over here, that's for sure. Very, very cold. It's actually kind of interesting. The snow buildup on the flat roof that I have on my rick shack here is actually causing the ceiling to fracture, as if there's just not
Oh.
enough weight to support it.
Yep,
Which
you need to get a shovel,
yeah, I guess.
and then you shovel off the roof.
Yep. I'm curious if you... Jesus. I'm getting
Yeah.
thunder strikes in here. Oh no, the roof actually is... Oh, is it going to collapse? It might actually collapse.
Hit Y
here.
and put it back up.
Oh yeah, that's true. I could do that, couldn't I?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Hey.
The
What?
storm must be destroying
Oh,
our
it blew.
shelters.
Oh, because yeah, they're loaded in.
It's still estimating at 3 minutes, so it's still fine. Like I said, we got time
Yeah.
to kill, so it's not a big deal. Yeah, I never really considered the snow buildup causing fracture like that. That's why.
All right. Ooh, that's a bit more. Man, this cave was actually kind of nuts. Oh, this must be the one you were in. Because it's a big cave.
Huh. That's interesting that it just auto-fixed itself. Okay. I'm not sure how that's possible, to be honest.
It would be
It's
nice
not-
to find out.
It's not like the door can just blow open and then shut or whatever, right? Like, I mean,
Right.
I don't, yeah, that's interesting. Okay. Huh.
I do like that the bees are like, they're like the boos from Mario,
Okay.
where they only come at you if
Oh.
you're not looking at them.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Yep.
Dropship's waiting and ready when you are.
Very nice.
How's that extractor coming along?
Oh, it's coming. Let's see here. We're at 67 at the moment.
Nice.
Got another 7 minutes, 8 minutes on this fuel can, and then I got half of another can.
Aw. That worm took my arrow with him when he left.
You know, it's interesting you bring up kind of arrows in general, because I have noticed in this particular round that my arrows have a greater chance of breaking than they normally do.
Oh,
I'm wondering if they rebalance it, because I've lost a lot more arrows than normal. I'm down to 10, 11 arrows out of the 25 I brought with me.
oh wow. Yeah, I have 17, so they haven't been breaking on me. I've been losing them, but...
5% projectile break rate. I feel like it's higher than that. I guess we should probably read the update, huh? The ion backpack. Oh my goodness, there's a backpack with like an electrostatic charge.
Yeah, that looked pretty interesting.
Fascinating. I have to check out that one. Oh, wait a minute. It increases the yield
Yeah,
of gold,
it's like
copper, and platinum.
Yeah. Okay,
Minus 2% in item wear for items used by the player. That's honestly pretty good too.
Yeah.
Costs
that?
250 Ren, the gold, and 500 exotics to unlock, and then 100 gold and 250 exotics to purchase. Huh. Interesting. Oh, I see. The backpack is specifically designed to benefit players moving into electronics in Tier 3 and 4 with increased yields of the metals most needed to craft the required materials. I think you should be putting aluminum instead of platinum, personally, but... Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, I know what we want to do next week. They're introducing shotgun ammo types.
Nice.
Cold steel, miasmic, and obsidian shotgun ammo. I think most of those are... Oh, wait.
Yeah, we can't access those.
Hey, yeah, you're right. It is Prometheus. That is the name of it. Good call.
Yeah, see? But no, I mean, I do have explosive shotgun shells I can make now. Nice. It just takes so much infrastructure that we're always using.
Yeah.
You know? So I was like... Yep. Because in order to get a good, like, you know, ammo factory going, you need to have a farm.
Right.
Funny enough. And then you just keep composting all the vegetables in the fertilizer, and the fertilizer into gunpowder.
Yep.
It converts actually rather nicely. Like 1 bag of fertilizer turns into like 10 gunpowder. And it only takes 10 plants to do that. So for like an investment of like 100 or 200 sulfur, you can get like 20 farm plots and then just go to work.
Yep, go to town.
Yeah, make them all berries, and then you can have gunpowder forever. But you'd also need like a meat farm, because you need volatile substances as well. Because volatile substances are used in hand grenades and explosive shotgun shells. Okay, sorry. There. Wonder if I can cook with a watering can.
With wine?
A watering can.
Oh, I think you said wine. I'm like, is there wine in this game?
There is actually. I was
Is there
just in the
really?
cave to get more iron so I can make a glass maker, so I can make glasses. Or so I can make wine bottles, and then I can package berries into wine.
Is that how that works? Okay. I guess it makes sense. That's how you make wine in real life.
Yeah.
Man, and
Just
here I
less-
was all excited for after the battery update comes out at long last that they can come out with the vineyard update.
Yeah.
Oh well, too bad.
Yeah. Well, they could still make vintages and stuff, you know.
It's true.
They still got that option. All right, I have enough honeycomb to finally make a beehive.
Nice.
Let's do it.
Turn to Friar Tuck over there, making all that mead and honey.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice. Green corn. Let's go get some green corn. It'll soothe my pneumonia.
I meant to bring it up with others, but in the chat. But have you seen this? They did like a 30-minute play demo of this alpha for, I guess, a new game. I'd never heard of it until I saw this video for a War of the Worlds video game based off the Tom Cruise movie, like visualization.
Oh no.
It's crazy in depth and like detailed and survival-ish, but not like survival crafting, but like surviving. And I don't know if it's multiplayer or not. It looked really in depth. I was honestly quite surprised with how like crazy you had to like maneuver and hide and stuff. It was very neat.
Wow, that's cool.
I had to look
Okay.
into it more because it was like I said, it was the first I'd ever heard of it, let alone seen footage of it. But it looked pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll look that up too. It's kind of odd considering how old the IP is.
Right.
To suddenly get
Yeah,
that.
the original IP, like the
Right.
OG IP, right? Probably one of the first.
Yeah.
I got to see a, like radio plays that they do nowadays that are basically just people sitting on a stage reading as if it was like a radio broadcast. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I got to see a War of the Worlds radio play
Oh,
using
nice.
the original like script that they did from back then when it was originally aired on the radio. It was really cool. I was
That's
quite
cool.
pleased with it.
That is.
All right,
That
first
sounds
can is done.
cool.
Up
Nice.
to 91 here. We got another 15 minutes on this can, and then that'll be it. Regardless of if that's it for the exotics, because that's all the fuel I brought with me on this one.
Okay. Oh,
But yeah, it was really neat. It was very interesting just sitting there, not necessarily watching, even though they're there, right? But you're more listening, I guess. And I don't know, it was very different. It was really the first time I'd ever done something like that, because nowadays, I grew up in the
Yeah.
area of visualization, so everything was visual. But it was really different participating and being a part of that. It was
Yeah.
neat. I liked it a lot.
that's cool.
And especially War of the Worlds, which is one of my favorite books and just stories and stuff like that anyway.
I
But
know
yeah,
they
I saw that, and I thought
they
it was
made
cool
fun
game.
of it in The Simpsons.
Oh, did they? I never
Yeah, I
watched
think
it.
it's one of them where it's like, oh, and they all got sick and died.
Yep.
Right? It's like something like that. Oh yeah, because when the aliens, because they have their own version of aliens in The Simpsons, the aliens come and then they get sick,
Yep.
and it's like, who knew that such a simple, that the common cold would snuff them out or something like that. I forget. I may be mixing up a couple of things. Oh no. I think he gets sick, and then it's like a fake out because you think it's gonna end. But then Mo comes out with a board with a nail in it, and he's like, "Run! He has a board with a nail in it!" And they all flee. And then they, you know, and as he's leaving the world, he's like, and then they'll make a bigger board with even bigger nails, and then even bigger board. And soon they will destroy themselves. It's pretty good. Alright, why was I doing all that? Because I wanted to make a, I wanted to make something.
You were gonna make the wine bottle, right?
Oh yeah, I wanted a glass blower, yeah.
Yep.
So I need now some iron,
hearing
epoxy, and rope. Yep.
Is it storming in your area?
Yeah, in my area.
Okay, alright, yeah, it's not storming here, thank God.
Yeah, and we have the stone house, so it'll
You should
survive.
be good, yeah.
Alright, so now I have the iron. I need the ropes. Need a few ropes. Okay. Now I need epoxy.
Wow, that's a heck of a lightning storm you got going on over there.
It's a little loud.
Yeah, just a little bit.
But at least I'm not in that little wooden house where it's creaking the whole time.
That's true.
It's like going. That last working bench. Ooh, baby. Let's do it. And then I think I need silica for this, I'm assuming. Glass bottles requires glass. And then, oh, you make glass from the furnace, actually, don't you? And then you need to make it in here. And then, yeah, there it goes. Yeah, you just melt glass in the furnace to get it. Unknown ore. Frozen ore. Oh, neat. Beehives making, making honey. It increases crop growth speed nearby.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's pretty cool. So it sounds like all these updates I gotta go and, like, actually learn and do. What am I doing? Silica ore, that's in here. Yeah, we got enough. Funny enough, you can connect the bees to a power source.
Okay.
And then you can upgrade the simple bee box to a, to have a breeding center, an extractor, a beehive expansion, and another beehive expansion. So there's 2 expansions, as well as industrial machinery you can hook up to one beehive nest.
Nice. Didn't it used to... Am I crazy, or didn't it used to cost 20 seeds to make a berry bar?
No, it's been 10. Maybe it's
Has it really
been, maybe it changed in a while, but yeah, it was 10. Oh, and the bees get eaten up over time. Okay, so I'm consuming these worker bees.
Not the bee.
Not the bees. Yeah, it's 2 hours, so 30 minutes per bee, so each bee will make 10 honeycombs. Or, 30 honeycombs at the current rate. Before you have to go get new bees. Okay. I can make 2 bottles so far. I got some berries. I don't have enough berries, though. To go get more. Okay, glass bottles and at the kitchen bench. And then I need, like, what else? I need reed flowers. raging inferno right outside the house. It's alright. Alright, here we go. Getting some wine. Silica seems like the most difficult ore in the game to get.
Which one?
Silica.
You know, yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where it's kind of, it doesn't stand out as much as like sulfur, right, with the bright yellow, and it's always amongst like just the mountain walls of gray. So yeah, I can see that.
Because it's like just kind of randomly placed, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Alright, I can make 4 bottles of wine.
Very nice.
What does a bottle of wine do for me? A 100% stamina regeneration rate and 125 maximum stamina for 900 seconds. Sounds really good.
No kidding.
The 100% stamina regen?
Yep. About 6.5 minutes left on this thing, assuming it goes all the way.
Okay. Yeah, I have some stomach space. Oh my god, yeah, the stamina just shoots right up. That's pretty awesome. And I'm pretty sure I can infinitely run with this stamina regen rate.
You think so?
Yeah, because it's like, it's really fast.
That's awesome. What was it that gave that 100%?
The wine.
Just the wine? Okay, I didn't know if it was the honey or the wine, yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome, though. I like that.
Yeah, because like if you're doing the jumping technique, you
Sure. Oh, you're definitely
just,
unstoppable at that point.
yeah, it's just like it shoots up. So if you're on level ground, that's where you have the most difficulty. But
yeah,
till
we're
then,
going up,
all
though.
right. Let's start looking at these bee add-ons. So bee, what I need beeswax. I need 25 aluminum, 15 honeycomb for that one.
Well, we're up to 120 over here. So we're making bank on this one, that's for sure.
Nice. Okay, and then 15 honeycomb. Get some in 4 minutes. Find another cave, maybe. You know what? I know what we're gonna do. Iron, charcoal, steel bloom. Are those little white dots? Oh yeah, those are our scanners. Okay. So when you did the radar, it just told you there was one in that direction?
Yeah, so like if you look at the map, right, when we're looking in that direction, I've already explored everything that's in that forest sector that's in that direction, right? Because that's all the way to
Yeah.
that cave. And as you can see from the map is blacked out when it goes to that desert space past the Arctic, so it could only be in this narrow channel here. So I just walked down there until I found it at the very end of it.
Nice.
So that was kind of how I found this one. Got lucky on the placement of the arrow, that's all. If it had
Yeah.
gone any other direction, it would have been... I would have had to do another run of it, probably.
Okay.
Alright. We're starting to get close on this here, so I'm going to go ahead and prep the call for the pods.
Other.
Call my pod. We got 1:38 seconds, so if you want to start headed back towards your area, we're getting close.
Okay.
Or your pod, I mean.
Yeah. Sounds good. Just need to do one thing. I should be able to do it that minute. Right. Oh no, that's not what I want. I want one of these. Oh, good. Money. Here. This thing require again? 15 honeycombs. Oh, I have 15 honeycombs now. Alright, I can make a small beehive expansion.
Alrighty, I think we're gonna end up at 135, I think is what our ending number is gonna be, because I don't think we're gonna get through another ore before this fuel runs out.
Oh.
Yep, that's it. It's gonna be 135, so not bad. Still more than the average, that's for sure. Alrighty.
Nice.
Alright, am I good to take off?
Yeah, you can take off.
Time to wind up. You
Thank you.
done
On the way out?
everything they asked. Unido's got ambitions. So you'll be looking real good to them right now.
I can make hot cocoa if I get enough cocoa. Oh wow, I need 35 more to make coffee. Ugh. No, thank you. Let me just take off now. Wait, what's this guy talking about?
What's up?
What was he even chatting about? Oh, we just completed the mission because
Yeah,
you took off.
yeah. The
Okay.
mission complete was technically when we interact with our dropship for the first time.
Okay. Cool. There's a bug where when we leave, I can see all the animals, like health
God.
bars,
Oh my goodness.
just because you have the perk, right? And then,
Yeah.
but the game runs a heck of a lot smoother when you left.
I bet.
Be taking off soon too.
Minus 10% wear rate of items on that ion backpack is wild. That's pretty good.
I must be overshooting. All right, I'm gonna go.
Man, that shock modifier for 4 seconds on the backpack is insane. 90% reduction in movement speed.
Wow.
In addition to the 25% less projectile and melee damage.
All right, well, we did it.
We did.
And, yeah, so that's our last extended survey, I think.
It is, thank God.
And check out the missions, though, Rick, to see if you have the Spirit Walk done. I think they moved it. I think we did the Spirit Walk, and then they, like, moved it.
Is it 2 words or 1?
One?
Yeah, it is.
It's right after the locked mission.
Yeah, it's 2. Yeah, I see it there. Yeah, exploration. Yeah, it does say we're done with that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay.
That's weird.
According to the UDA.
Yeah, so that's kind of
I don't know
weird.
what that's about. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. That's unusual.
Yeah, it's like they moved it around again.
Yep.
But either way, so cool. I also have over 1,000 exotics at this point, so I could
Nice.
invest in an extractor.
You could.
Let's take a quick look at that. Yeah, the extractor, so yeah, it'd be 1,000 to get to it. So I could do that. But there's so few missions left, I might as well just... Let's see, can I get the pickaxe I want anyway? No, I need another 400. So, alright, well, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.